On today's episode 22 of Sculpt N Create, we're sitting down with an artist whose journey is less about fitting in and more about finding her voice again. My guest today is Bri Toria, a singer-songwriter, practitioner, healer, life coach, mentor, and business owner. But more than the titles, she's someone who embodies what it looks like to answer your calling after being discouraged out of it. In this conversation, we talk about music as healing, carrying generational creativity forward, touring with one project and learning on the fly, and what it really takes to believe in yourself before the world catches up. Bri opens up about growing up around music, being told her voice didn't fit the mold, and how she found her way back, not just as an artist, but as someone healing mind, body, and soul through sound, movement, and presence. If you ever felt that you were meant for something, walked away from it, and felt that pull to come back, this episode might hit home. Let's get into it. Welcome to Sculpt N Create, where fitness fuels creativity and helping artists, entertainers, and creatives on their journey toward their physical, personal, and career growth. I'm your host, Trea Da Fit Artist, and who I have with me today is Bri Toria. She's a singer, songwriter, practitioner, healer, life coach, mentor, and business owner. Welcome to the show, Bri.
What's up? Thank you for having me.
I was almost getting long-winded saying everything. Yeah, it's all good. I like the slashes behind your name and everything. I love to see it. But before we get into it, let everybody know where they can find you, take part in your services, listen to your music, book you, the whole nine.
Well, my name is Bri Toria. You can find my music on all streaming platforms, Apple Music, YouTube, iHeart, all that good stuff. Spotify too. Yeah, all them streaming platforms you'll find my music. In regards to the practitioner, healer, life coaching, and the spiritual aspect, the business owner aspect of it, I have a website called themelaninuniverse.com. You can book whatever services that you need, any type of way you want to connect, whether if you want to be featured on the website or if you want to, connect and feature, work on music, or just get any of my services. That there's a contact page for anybody to contact me. But that's just the business side and the music side and the contact side, and then just actually hearing and seeing my craft is on all streaming platforms and YouTube.
Okay, cool. It's definitely good to have a lot of different streams of revenue, and everything like that or whatever. And then, and it speaks to the creative side in you, and everything like that as well. So that's what this show about, you know what I'm saying? So I like that. All right, so let's get into it, man. So we got a few things, a lot of different ways we can go with it, but let's start with the singer-songwriter thing. So currently, let's talk about that. Like, what do you do? What type of singer are you? What type of music you can make? So on and so forth.
Well, my primary is neo soul. I'm a neo soul R&B
Okay.
artist. It's more alternative more than anything. It goes against like what people view regular R&B as or neo soul is. It still has like the root of it, but it's like all over the place. Like I'm going with my own vibe in regards to the genres. The project that I just dropped, I Am Isis, has a little bit of jazz in it. Like it just goes through like different phases of R&B, and you can kind of tell who my inspiration is based off of like listening to some of the songs or just like hearing the things that I'm saying and the melodies or where I was going with it. Like you could hear it. So I'm just all over the place when it comes to genres. I feel like you shouldn't have to stick to just one if you do the practice and the research on how to mold yourself into that genre.
Just having the conversation with Rocky as well, kind of similar to that. And look, like I said, I apologize, didn't get a chance to listen to your music. I definitely we get to that as well. But I'm looking at the album cover right now. So when you say you what funny and everything, and when and looking at it, I'm guessing like you say you say you don't follow like the general consensus of what R&B or people perceive R&B to be. And now I can see like maybe India Ari, maybe an influence in there, and maybe a little bit of Erykah Badu and stuff like that as well. So forth. I'm just looking at the album cover for I Am Isis.
Yeah,
So what would be those influences that you have and everything? Am I correct on those two as well?
definitely, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Erica Badu, Rihanna, Nina Simone,
Uh-huh.
Jasmine Sullivan.
Okay.
It's like all over the place,
Mm-hmm.
really. Anita Baker, Whitney Houston. It's like a lot. A little bit
Well,
of Shaka Khan. There's a song called Sound of a Woman
mm-hmm.
that has like a lot of instruments and everything. And I'm pretty much just like experimenting. Like with the
Mm-hmm.
album, I myself, I experimented a lot
Yeah.
or
Okay. So,
tiptoed into experimenting.
right. And what you saying, Shaka Khan and Anita Baker and so forth, lets me know.
Lauren Hill.
Lauren Hill. Oh yeah. All right, Lauren Hill. Yeah, definitely. She haven't put out anything in a while, but yeah, okay, gotcha. And everything. But yeah. What you saying? All those, I like that. I often say that lets me know me and you are around the same age.
For
And
sure.
huh? So what now?
I said for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm 39, and so that let me know, like, because most of these newer, I don't really know, I don't really hear the R&B, the people who the younger generation who hear listen to R&B. I don't really hear them say it as much as they do for the hip hop part, but it's always like it had this whole thing about it got to be new. I ain't listen to all the old stuff. That's what my mama used, my grandmama listen to, and everything like that. But I don't really hear about that in R&B. Is that a thing where they like only want to listen to the new stuff and forsake all the old stuff that was came before?
I haven't heard anything.
Mm,
Well, I associate myself with a lot of people who listen to a lot of the old R&B songs. So, and based off of like anybody else, I don't know. I
okay.
realize a lot of new artists are starting to tap into like 90s, early 2000s R&B. Like that stage is starting to come back. But yeah, I normally associate myself with people who listen to the same type of music or like go deeper, like way past like 90s, maybe like 80s, 70s, like they go
Hmm.
way back
Yeah.
and they can't even listen to newer artists. Like I've heard newer artists singing and stuff and I can't get jiggy with it. But
Tell me the new R&B.
yeah,
Okay.
like
Okay.
just the newer artists, like
Okay. The new artist. Okay.
the ones that are like I've heard new artists where it's just like their sound is a lot different and I don't know. I think it's just like a soul type of thing. And like,
Yeah, because like when we was growing up, they didn't call it soul, really. You know what I'm saying? You heard remnants of it, but it was still R&B. And then until we got
yeah.
older, now the new R&B is just R&B, and then the older stuff that we would listen to, they call it neo soul, and which
Yeah.
was interesting to see or whatever. But so you don't really hear the younger crowds saying, we don't listen to that old stuff, and that was what my grandma was raised on. You don't hear that like that.
Yeah, like my brothers or my nephews, like
Okay.
they view it as like old people music.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, so like I just wonder is that in the same vein as I hear it in hip hop, it's like they don't respect the older people who came before him to bring this forth this music that they like to hear now, and so forth. Yeah, okay. Now you were stating that you said your music is a little bit more out the box or whatever, or that you don't make just one genre of music and so forth. Can you explain that a little bit or expound on what you meant by that?
Well, my future goal is not to just be a neo soul R&B artist. I do like jazz a lot.
Mm.
I do like just like frequencies and sound bowls and everything like that. So I definitely want to expand my sound, even like way past just like where I'm at right now. I've been listening to some like Indian singers. Don't judge me, but just like
I, I ain't judge you, but
just certain like Indians. I never really listened to country. My auntie listened to a lot of country and I used to like hate it. But now like as I grow up and I've indulged in being deeper in the music, I see myself listening to a lot more different genres. I listen to a little bit more rock or like just different sounds based off of even people that I surrounded myself by. They put me on to different music too. So it intrigues me and I look a little bit deeper into it and start expanding. I like look deeper into it. So I don't want to just stay at just being an R&B neo soul artist. I want to do a lot more. I don't really feel like, that's cool to just stay in one genre. Like if you can expand, expand.
Yeah. I definitely agree with you on that. Uh, with your for like we can talk about and I think too with us being us millennials, they say we kind of grew up in a good right time because we very cultural when it comes to music
Very
and
much.
everything. So with that speak to it, we can go back in the older day, Ray Charles and them, and even further back than that, and all that stuff, and then go into new. And I think that speaks to our music too that we make and everything, because we kind of take from all angles, and we can't put ourselves in the box because we heard so many things. We're not just one dimensional, in that space. So that definitely speaks a lot to that. So forth. Now when we talk about I am ISIS and so forth, like, can you like run us down? Like, what was your reason? What was the thought process in making this album?
My thought process was all over the place,
Okay.
honestly. I was going through a lot of different emotions. I feel like my first EP was like me
Mm-hmm.
stepping into like who I am, the energy, the potential and everything that I hold, like just really just expressing that. I got my heart broken a little bit and so
Mm-hmm.
like it just reflected on all the moments that I've had my heart broken and it was just like that's what my first project was. With this one it was just like I'm stepping into a little bit more love, whether if it's like outside myself or in within
Mm-hmm.
just like that's like even like with people, with friends, with self love, with myself, with music, or just like me expressing the deep of like how love is. Like some like I'm just going through like the songs that's in my project. Like I'm
Okay.
just really just like going based off of it. So
Uh-huh.
I rapped a little bit. I put a freestyle that I recorded when I I
Mm-hmm.
went to Dallas and I was in the studio and I did a freestyle and people liked it. So I put the freestyle in the album. So that was like a little, it's all over. Like it's like lovey dovey, it's sensual, it's
Mm-hmm.
heartbreak, it's self realization, it's evolvement, it's growth, it's rap, like hip hop a little bit. And then it's like, oh, you're going outside and you trying to have fun. Like throwing a party is more like, you're way past the hurt, you're way past all that other stuff, and you're just trying to have fun. Like that's it's just all over the place. So it
So
elevates.
okay, I got you. So a roller coaster ride of emotions
Yeah,
and experiences.
yeah.
Okay.
But it matches. Like it's not just like sensual then going out to party and then getting your heart broken. It's like it connects with each other. It's like a sensual moment. It's realizing your love language and your partner's or your lover's love language. And then it's just like claiming what type of person that you want. Like you only want big steppers, you only want people that's gonna step behind you. And then it's like realizing the connections that you've had in your life, like how certain things you don't have to take personal based off of people's behaviors. You just have to really just realize that people show you how far they have gone within themselves. It's that one, and then it goes through the whole process of love. And then once you just say F love and F connections and F to her, it's just like, okay, I try to love myself. And then you realize, okay, I only want these type of people in my time, like in my circle. And then you pop your stuff like you just like
Mm-hmm.
okay like you rapping and then you responding to like all the negativity that's been sent to you and you just transmute it and you put it into your music. It's just like a lot of transmission. It's all over the place. You see how I can't even explain it because it's just all over the place, but it goes in order.
I'm trying to hone it in for you in there.
I know,
so so
like
so folks can understand, and everything like that or whatever. But I get what you're saying, and everything. And it sounds like it's also those experiences and feelings that you have and so forth, you turn it into empowerment, and it's explain, and it's shown with using the name I Am ISIS and so forth. So when people like listen to the album, like what would you say the particular songs that they can listen to get the full idea of what you are conveying into this album?
Like the songs that I have on the project that
Hmm.
will deeply describe sounds of a woman, self-love, love the unloved, and high victory would
Hmm.
be like the main thing of the energy of the album. That's like the primary of it.
Okay. All right. And it is how many albums have you came up with? I mean, have you done?
How many albums I've done? That's actually my first album.
Okay.
That's my
Okay. Cool.
first album. The Moon Goddess was my first EP, and then that's just
Okay. Cool. This your first baby. Okay. Well, the EP
yeah,
you can consider your baby too as well.
yeah,
For us when they were talking about it in the industry wide, they look at the album.
yeah.
Okay. But all right. So what is it like making your first album? Because they always say that you spent all your life making your first album, and everything. Usually when it goes into, I heard Joe Budden say this all the time. So when usually everything going to, that's the reason why they come out with their first album, it'd be a hit, and then their next album it don't hit as the first one because they had all their life to make that first album. So what was it like, coming into not just with the experience, but everything that went into making the album? What was it like?
It was a roller coaster ride. Honestly, I
Gotcha.
feel like I went through a different flow of emotions
Hmm.
when like creating the album and even just like selecting the songs to put on the album was a lot because I had songs that I wanted to be on the album that didn't make the album. It that was like a damper to me, but luckily certain things happened in my life that was just like, okay, Imma just there's
Hmm.
songs on there that I made that was like impulsively, and then I was just like, I'm gonna put it on the album, like the freestyle or Vibe with Me, like those two that I can think off the top of my head weren't supposed to be on the album.
Hmm.
It was other songs that were supposed to be on the album, but I put those on the album because like it was people's favorite. They liked it. And so it was a lot. As I was going through the process, I wanted to drop it on a certain day. I couldn't drop it on that day and ended up dropping a whole different day.
Hmm. Yeah.
A whole different year. I wanted to drop it like the next year after my EP, but it didn't
Hmm.
work out like that. So I had to hold off another year. It was a lot of trying to communicate with other artists and collaborate. That didn't work out. It was just like a lot of falling plans, like things I didn't go through. And that was frustrating. And it was a lot of patience and it was a lot of energy that I had to put into the songs and to keep redoing the songs over and over and over again. And so it does take a lot. It did take a lot out of me. Do I feel like that this is just like my end all be all? No, because I haven't really fully like reached my full potential yet. This was me tiptoeing. The cover of I Am ISIS is like a melanin woman
Hmm.
who is shaped like a cello. And when you think of a cello, not a lot of people like the sound of a cello.
Okay.
They don't like the sound of it. They don't
I
like
see.
how it is.
Okay.
And they just think that it's like an odd sound, but then there's people that do like the sound of a cello. They do enjoy like the depth of how it sounds and how it makes them feel when they play it or when they hear it. But the woman is hiding herself, like she's like hidden. And that is a description of me. I'm showing you my craft, I'm showing you where I'm at, and I'm showing you that I'm open to expanding and doing a lot more, but I'm still like hiding a little bit. Like I haven't reached that full like openness within myself just yet. So I don't think that this is like I I don't think that this is like my full potential because I still have a
Hmm.
lot more growth and evolvement
Right.
to do. Maybe like my I don't know. I can't even say because I'm always growing. So I can't. It's always gonna be better from here. It's never gonna get like I am ISIS, and then the next one's just gonna be like underneath. Like it's just gonna get better and better.
Yeah. But I mean, that's I would say that's how you should look at it. You don't want to be and not to downplay your when you make your next album, and not to downplay your first one, and so forth. But yeah, you definitely want to evolve and get better each time. So I think that's always the goal, and everything. You don't want to get worse. Each time you make something and so forth. It happened to some people, you know what I'm saying?
That's
But
my
yeah,
worst fear.
ah, but yeah, I definitely get what you so. But and mainly you saying it's more to come. It's more Bri Toria to be conveyed to the people and help people and usher people throughout their lives and stuff like that in different aspects. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. If nobody else says, I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna be like, yeah, this first project wasn't nothing. This other ones right here.
Right.
So it's just like I'm a definitely be like that in regards to mines because only you know what your full potential is and how much
Mm,
more you can give. Everybody else might not know just yet, but yeah, I feel like individually people know.
mm, yeah. So would you always pushing the envelope to be different and not being put in a box? I believe that will speak more into your music too as well, because you are always looking for something different to broaden more horizons and even push yourself, in other ways that you probably didn't even think were possible and everything. So I do like that. So Melanin Universe LLC. So that's your label, or is it a particular label that you're under?
It is a label that I am wanting to grow and evolve in. I've been pretty much collaborating with my mom because she went to school for that type of stuff, just so that I can gain some intel on how to do it. But I have to network a lot more. I ain't there
Okay.
yet, but it's something that I'm wanting to grow.
Okay. So it's your label.
Yeah.
Yeah, your imprint. Okay, all right. That's what's up. I was just wondering and everything like that because there's interesting name for a label as well. So when you make when you create an album and so forth, I mean, you mentioned that some of the songs didn't make it. Uh, do you like make a whole lot of songs and then just pick one, or do you have a particular ideal of how you want the album to go, and then you think of titles? Because this is how I'm thinking when I didn't mention, I make music too. I ain't doing it professionally yet. Get there,
Yeah.
but this is how I look at it. If I'm gonna make an album, I'm looking at, okay, what concept do I want to talk about, and then I'm gonna think about like titles or certain situations, and then get a title derived from that to make that particular album in that way. And my process, I don't know about me making 1,000 songs and only picking 10. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying? Because I want to make sure, because everything that I create, I wanted to do something. Because I hear a lot of artists have throwaway music and all that stuff like that, and I don't want to be. I don't know if I'm gonna be that type of artist, but I'm just curious about your process. Like, do you make a whole lot of songs and then just pick one to go to conceptualize an album, or it just happened to be just a couple songs here and there, and then you just, okay, well, this don't kind of fit the whole aesthetic or what I'm trying to convey and so forth.
Honestly, my process is super weird.
Hmm.
It's like I don't even be thinking about dropping an album when I drop like a project when I drop it. I just be
Hmm.
wanting to just drop a single
Hmm.
and then I just go based off of wherever I'm being called.
Hmm.
This might sound weird, but it's honesty. I follow based off of my higher self. Sometimes my higher self takes control of my craft and my music because I'm very fearful when it comes to like the music side of my potential and my personality.
Hmm. Hmm.
I would hear certain sounds and my uncle's a producer, so and people send me beats all the time, so I pretty much just start off with just making a single. And when I
Okay.
make the single, however I get called to like craft it, or if I hear something, then I'm gonna create it. If I feel
Yeah.
something, I'm gonna create it. So that's pretty much how the flow of everything has been. It's just unconsciously done. Like
Okay.
unconsciously, subconsciously done. But it starts off as a single. It starts
Okay.
off as a single, and whatever the vibe of that single is, and I think about the project after the single, if that makes any
Okay.
sense. Like I'll create a single and then I go and then later on I'll get the title and then I'll go based off of that energy all in one. And then whatever songs I feel like go off the vibe of the title and the message that I'm trying to send based off of that project, then that's where the songs come in at. If that makes any sense.
I give what you're saying. 'Cause like what come to mind. I can't remember what album J Cole was talking about, but he was saying something about. I think it was the Born Sinners album,
Mhm.
and I think he said that was the first time he ever like felt like he actually made an album, and where all the other ones before that and so forth, where it felt like I could be wrong about the Born Sinners album, but he felt like all the other ones was more so he already had some songs together. And then he thought of an album. And he said, "Okay, this song might go good for that, and that song go good." But he wasn't really thinking of a particular point when he made that song previous to it. But when he
Yeah.
thought about to put out an album, he had all these songs in the vault, and he just like pieced like puzzled up a album, so to speak, instead of actually coming from start to finish for an album. So that's why I say interesting to hear about how people process when it comes to albums and so forth. Now, because when I was talking with Rocky, and he was more so he right now he's thinking about just doing singles right now until people want to hear an album from him and so forth. Because he said something about where he want when he put out a particular song, they getting to know just that song instead of like they perusing over an album, they only skipping a few things, and they not really getting the crux of who he is or what he conveying and so forth. So, what is your take on that, like versus doing an album and then doing solo sing?
Oh,
Because I think it's a little different for R&B, and I don't know if they follow different rules, R&B artists versus hip hop artists and everything like that or whatever as well. But go ahead.
I'm trying to think of like, cause I listen to a lot of hip hop and rap artists and
Mm-hmm.
stuff, and now that I really think about it, they do drop a lot of singles.
Mm-hmm.
And then like if people are vibing with those singles, then they'll drop a project. But I know some like singers that do the same thing, like they'll
Okay.
drop singles, and then if people are vibing with those singles, then they'll drop a project. Just yeah, I can see that.
Uh,
I feel like everybody's process is different when it comes to like their audience.
mm,
And I think singles do build up the anticipate the am I saying that word right?
anticipation.
The anticipation of like a project coming. So it's like the artist's intentions might be okay, let me see if they vibing with that. But with the audience, it's just like, oh yeah, I'm ready for this album. Like they just think that an album is coming if somebody's dropping singles, and it builds up that momentum for them when they do drop a project and people gravitate to the project afterward. I think dropping singles, like that does work because I was dropping singles too. And then if people was just like, oh, I'm ready for the project, it's like, all right, then it's project.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel because like I said, with me, like I said, I'm in the developing and researching stages. So I got quite a few songs written up and everything as well. But what I was hearing is like with Russ and then another guy that do help rappers and stuff like that get their stuff out and everything. But he was saying like you use a single as like you doing a swing or you pitching, and everything. You trying to hit it out the park and so forth. So once you get that home run, they give you so many times to play it back and everything until you get that home run. So when that song hit, it's a home run and so forth. And when people, you keep doing it then until they say they want to hear an album from you. Then that's when you put it out. That what he's saying. Everybody, like I said, I know people have different approaches. I don't think it's just one linear way of success when it comes to the music industry and stuff like that for
Yeah.
what you're trying to do. Okay, cool. So what got you into singing? Like what started that?
I used to sing in church choir and
Mm,
in high school choir. My mom sings. She wanted to be a singer and own her own record label. And so I kind of just picked up the baton at that point and
mm,
just went for it. It was something that I wanted to do when I was a jit, but like life started lifing and
mm,
like life started lifing and the people that were surrounded around me at that point of my life, they definitely deterred me from doing it. I got laughed at a lot and made fun of a lot because of the fact that I didn't sound like like a gospel singer, church singer, status quo. And so people didn't take me serious. And so I started not to take myself serious and I got redirected, but that redirection still like poured into me becoming an artist. I feel like there's different stages of being an artist or an entertainer. It's not just about your voice, it's about the connections that you make. It's about your brand. It's about,
Mm-hmm.
like the dancing, if you want to dance, or the crowd interactions, like if you can interact with people. It's like there's like branches to the
Uh-huh.
tree of being an artist. And so
Yeah.
I feel like even though vocally I got deterred from being a singer, I still pursued different things that played a part in me becoming an artist.
Mm-hmm.
And it still redirected me back to doing music. But when I accomplished the
Mm-hmm.
things that I did, is in my vocal experience of my journey, it started to be heightened and heightened more and more and more. Like my uncle was just like, hey, I need you to be on this chorus. Like, I need you to do this chorus for somebody because I don't know nobody else. And I just was just like, or when I would connect with people and be in their videos, they would try to like get me to sing on their stuff. And I was not trying to do it because I wasn't confident in myself in that standpoint. But it's rooted within my family on both sides. Like
Okay.
creating and art is in my family, and I would feel like I would be doing it, and then I would be continuing the injustice of my bloodline to just like throw the baton away like how everybody else did. I think my uncle and my brothers are the only people that are running the race, and I'm the only singer type thing. Like not I would say like the missing piece of what they're trying to do or what they're trying to build within themselves. And so I just decided to keep it going.
Okay.
And
Uh,
people
yeah.
persuaded me to do it too.
Okay. Okay. You said a lot that I want to talk on. Hopefully, I can remember to come back to a couple things. But one thing that did stick out was you said that people was talking about when you first attempted to it and everything. They were talking about you and
Oh yes.
where you was like. So was they expecting you to do gospel music or was it not gospel music? What was going on right?
My grandmother was the minister of church, and
Mm-hmm.
so they wanted me to be gospel. They wanted me to have a gospel singing voice.
Okay.
My family that when my mom got remarried or married to another portion of my extended family that I have, they had church singing voices and stuff. So
Okay.
I kind of got pushed to the side after the fact because I don't have a church singing voice. I don't have the,
Okay.
like with a statistic of what a church singer would be like. That was not
Okay.
my voice.
Okay. So
And I got pushed away because I sounded, I don't know. I don't know what they thought I
okay.
sounded like.
Okay, I'm about to add what do they think you sound like. So you talking about like more in the lines of somebody like Whitney Houston, who I know came from a church background as well. Something like that. Maybe
Yeah.
they looking for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, like those type of singers. And I'm not that type of singer. And when they found that type of singer, yeah, they definitely like pushed me away. My voice pretty much got demonized
Hmm.
after that, like because of the fact that I had a lower register.
Hmm.
They just thought that my music was very, like my singing was very dark. Like it was just like very dark and whatever. I don't know, but it caused a lot of friction in regards to that. So I stopped after that. I pretty much got like bullied out of not doing it. I think my first cover that I sing now, yeah, my solo did really good. I did Smoking Northfield, I Need You Now. That one did really good. There was a couple of Mary Mary songs or Kirk Franklin songs, like I Smile, like everything else did good. But I think, yeah, when new people started coming around or like the statistical churchy sounding people came around, I got pushed aside and then I just got demonized after that. Like they were really knocking down on my voice. They loved it 1 second, and then when somebody like that fifth the status quo came around, it was just like, okay, like this is not where it was at. This is where it was at, and then I just got discouraged after that.
That's interesting to me. So like now, yeah, okay. So what would you say boosted your confidence to get back on it and everything to start singing, and then not just only singing what you want to sing, but you know, this really just doing it as a whole, you know, and everything and going full force with
I tried a couple of times
it. Mm,
and I got knocked down. That sounds like yeah, I tried a couple of times. I think when Danity Kane came out, I did a couple more covers, like Damaged. I did a cover on Damaged by Danity Kane. Um I did a couple of Kelly Price covers. I started to like do covers and get in the studio and sing, but it was just like I think the stuff that people imprinted in my brain about my voice is stuck with me because I was at a really young age, and every single time I heard myself sing, I would get disgusted,
mm-hmm.
like type of thing. I would say it didn't click to me until like what I when I was 22, I was singing and people wanted me to sing again. And then after that, once again, like when they were vibing with me, they were pouring into me. But then I think when I grew apart from them, they started talking about my voice again. And I didn't stay consistent in it until 2023.
All right, so is it safe to say is you've been making music like on and off, but like consistently you've been making music like for 2 years now, is what you're saying?
Pretty much consistently for 2 years.
Okay.
But I've been singing for a really long time.
Okay, gotcha. And you keep going back to your voice, like okay, like I said, I'm gonna go back and listen to it, and I'm gonna text you and like and tell you what I think, you know, and everything.
Okay.
But like, what do you think your voice sounds like, you know, compared to what other people are saying?
I feel like my voice is evolving. I don't think I have a really bad voice. I think I get in my head a lot and I stress
Mm,
myself out. It's like a battle between like what people were saying in my past and in my childhood and also what they said about my mom. My mom sang and they said that she couldn't sing, but I love my mom's voice, you know?
mm-hmm,
And so is that I'm also battling with too. And then like where I'm at now, it's just like I like my voice. I think it is very warm.
mm-hmm,
And a lot of people that do love my voice and are consistently talking about my voice, they're saying that I sound like a warm glass of cognac or whiskey, like when it's warm and you drink it, and that warm sensational feeling that you get when you drink it is how my voice sounds. And it took me a minute when I fully indulge in it, like when I'm doing vocal classes and everything now. And
okay,
so now that I'm like actually putting in the work to be more confident and be more strong in my voice, I can
mm,
see where people get that from because it does make me feel warm and it makes me just feel like I'm not like opening up a path for people who have that type of voice, but just like lighting a flame to it because there's not a lot of singers that have that type of vibe. There
mm-hmm,
are, but it's just like I'm added on to that group of people who are trying to like light the path up.
okay, I got you. I think, you know, everybody music is subjective. You know, people have their own ideas of what they think. And another thing too, people have their own ideas of what they think music should be or sound like, and so forth. So you know, you can't just really get too tied up into what other people think. Of course, you making music, you know, you want fans, you want people to like it. But I believe too, you will find your people. You know, the more you get into it, the more you expound and grow, and more you evolve. Your people will gravitate to you, you know. So I would say just keep doing what you're doing, you know, and everything. And then, like I said, you saying oh, you're welcome. And you seeing a vocal coach too as well. So that definitely help you out even more to help you out with your confidence and stuff like that, to get out there more and everything. I was talking with somebody and she was like telling me that somebody was telling her everybody can sing. You just really gotta, you know, you just really gotta put the practice and the work in and so forth. And singing is one of those things people think everybody think they can do it because they doing it in the shower. You know what I'm saying? They sound,
Yeah.
you know, they sound a certain way to them, But when they hear themselves back, I swear what they thinking they saying they like versus what when they hear themselves played back is different. It's a whole lot different. So it just so I just say keep doing what you're doing. Though, don't worry about them naysayers. But
Okay, great. That.
you gonna do fine. Like you doing it. You know what I'm saying? Just stick with it. Don't let nobody deter you. Unless it's something you don't want to do no more. But third thing that stood out to me when you said you didn't want to like let down I can't, I'm butchering your word, but you said let down the baton from your family because you kind of got that musical background on both sides. So
Yeah.
expound on that. What do you mean by that? Because I think I'm gonna tell you why in a minute, but I think that's something people should hear.
I feel like if you have a calling that is like that runs through your bloodline, like it's within your family and it's tradition type of thing, I feel like I've already got people like family, like especially like the women in my family who had the baton and they will start running and then they'll stop. Whatever reason that is, whether if it's like the people around them wasn't pouring into them the way that they wanted to keep going, or they ended up getting pregnant, or they ended up getting married, and the person that they were married to was just like, no, you guys, whatever. It was always something that ended up happening that made them not pursue it. And that was the excuse, and that was something that they ran into. And depression runs really deep in my family, like deep depression runs really deep into my family. And I saw a quote from Robin something, the guy that played the genie in Aladdin. I
Robin
don't,
Williams.
yes, he
Mm-hmm.
said a quote that says depression is your true self put in a box and is trying to like get out, but you keep like suppressing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's why it was just so deep within my family, because my granny, she used to like to sing and she liked to do clothing. She liked to do clothes, like dress up and model and take pictures. She didn't pursue that because she got pregnant and she got married and had to go to be an army wife. My mom, she didn't pursue it because, my dad and people around her didn't pour into her the way that she wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
And then she got pregnant with me. And so it was always something that stopped them pursuing their dreams,
Mm-hmm.
but they always had it. They always had that baton and they kept going until they couldn't go anymore. And so then I feel like when I came into the picture, it was just like, okay, like I picked up the baton and I was going,
Mm-hmm.
okay. I got into a couple of relationships that almost broke me down to the core of my soul until I didn't have it anymore. Okay, so I got redirected, but my redirection, I still like picked the baton up and I was still going. I was just going a different route. And then I ended up going the same route. Okay, I got to tour it again. I dropped the baton and then I picked it back up. Like I just like I'm not willing to give up. Like I'm not giving up whatever is happening based off of whatever is happening. I have a little mini me, and my mini me's not stopping nothing. Like if anything, if
There you go.
my mini me gotta come with me, if my little ones gotta come with me, then they're coming with me. Like if it
Yeah.
comes down to that, but I also have like a support system. Two, I did the work that I needed to do before I got to that point. I went to therapy and tried to heal some of the things that the women in my family had
Okay.
and try to break that.
Okay.
And then even when the mini me came, I'm like, okay, luckily I have a support system. I have people in my corner that if they need to take charge, and they'll take charge while I do what I do. They believe in my vision, they believe in my dream. They're going to help me. And so I'm still going. I did the work that I needed to do in order for me to still keep going and win the race. I'm very big on Nipsey Hussle, like victory lap type of thing. The
Mm-hmm.
marathon continues, like
Yeah.
even with him passing, it's just like he's still running type thing. And so that where the influence came from based off of like that, like the race that I'm running. I'm in my own race. I'm in my own thing, doing my own thing, and I'm just trying to continue the family lineage and actually succeed and do the legacy and make it grow and continue to grow.
Definitely, and that speaks to she wasn't an artist, but that speaks to legacy, and everything like that. What do you want your legacy to be?
Yeah.
And you already thinking about that. And then you I want to say it's a curse, for as, what your mom and her mom went through when they wanted to pursue their dreams and so forth. But as you say, you carrying that baton and you running with it, and everything like that. So definitely, so you breaking that mold or whatever that jail, and definitely you will expound on that, and then you got a what, son or daughter?
A daughter.
Daughter, okay, and she's seeing you and everything like that, and maybe she take the reins and take it. I got it from here, mama, rest and everything like that, and keep
Yeah.
going. You know what I'm saying? That legacy keeps on. So yeah, so you being that beacon and that example for her in what it is, and okay, this is what the family talent is, and so forth, and expound on that. I think that's important for not only you, for your family, mom and everything. They can see that in you, and then they'll see, and they'll keep going from years to come, even when you're not longer here, and
Yeah.
so forth. And the reason why I say that because it kind of sounds similar, not fully similar to my experience when it comes to music or me making music and so forth. I always had a knack for writing early on in elementary school, like writing poems and so forth. I didn't really like start getting into like hip hop until around 14, 15 years old and so forth. I like, oh, I can put this to music and so forth and everything. And I come from a religious background as well. My mom, she was sung in choirs. My grandmother was a preacher, and my uncle, her son now, he's a preacher and stuff like that. So I don't grew around this. I've been growing up hearing all my uncles and cousins, they playing instruments from ear and everything. So I soak up all this musical, creative type of energy and stuff like that. So I seen all this, but when hip hop, that wasn't played in my house. I'm listening to gospel with my mom, or when I'm with my dad, that was blues, and so forth. And then, so yeah, so I got a different in that on both sides, but mostly with my mom is more gospel, but that's who I was around more. But later on, I like, okay, when I start hearing rap and stuff like that, I like, this is something I want to do. Wrote my first lyric when I was 16 and so forth. I didn't. It was something I wanted to do, but I didn't never pursue it because I was scared of what my family would think. You know what I'm saying? Because they very you know they very caught in their ways and thinking
Yeah.
processes and stuff like that. So I like, so what would they think? And everything. That plagued me for a long time until COVID happened. And this guy, I did some little writing challenge or whatever that Big Crit had, and a guy heard me that was making music, and he was basically saying, oh, man, you got something. And he might was just trying to sell me because he was a producer, a beat maker or whatever. He did probably try to sell it beat, but he
Right.
said genuinely, he said, I believe you got something, and everything like that or whatever. But it kind of started from there and everything. So I like during COVID, I started writing up a storm, and so I like, okay, well, look, this is something I'm gonna do anyway, regardless of what my family will, might say and everything. This is something I always wanted to do. I couldn't shake it, and I would definitely want to put it out there. So definitely, I commend you, going against the norms and going against the challenges and obstacles that face your family, but and everything, but at the same time leaning in on y'all talents and stuff like that and taking it to a new level. So I commend you there, and I tell you to keep going.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But yeah, I just wanted to say that's the reason why I asked that, because I think that's interesting for people to hear, especially when they starting something and going out for their dreams and so forth, and their family might look at it a certain way, or their family did this. But what went on with your family don't have to define you.
Right.
You the writer of your own life and everything. Okay, cool. So I see, even and it's paying off in those 2 years too. And you said you went on you said you went on a mini tour for your
Yeah.
EP, and everything like that. So talk about that. How was the tour?
The tour was nerve-wracking.
Mm,
In a good way. In a good
okay.
way, it definitely added some seasoning to me, for
Mm,
real. Like, it was a learning experience. I learned a lot of things. I dealt with a lot of trial and errors, a lot of technical issues, just a lot of techniques on how to like keep myself going due to certain incidents that have transpired. I'm not used to singing all the time like that. And so it really did a damper on my voice. And there would be some times where like my voice would get super deep or it would
mm.
get super raspy. And there was things that I needed to do in order for me to like get somewhat of my voice back enough so then I could sing certain songs. because of the fact that I didn't have that many songs on my catalog, I did covers that matched the vibe of the songs that I was singing. So then I can have I'm singing this cover and then it's connected to this song. And so it's like a nice little mix transition to one song to the next song. And a lot of time to collaborate and interact with the people that was there. I built a lot of connections. I gained a lot more new connections. That's how I met. Well, I met Dom based off of word of mouth type thing. And so it was just like, it connected me to a lot of people
Mm.
and it opened up a lot more new doors but it was a headache. I'm not even gonna
What
lie to you.
the tour? It was a headache.
Yeah, it was a
Okay.
lot of headaches. I gained some weight, so I had to buy new clothes or had like outfit malfunctions,
Mm,
and it was just a lot. But it definitely I was stressed out for a small period of time until I changed my perspective behind it. And it was just like, these are things that are going to happen. These are things that are going to happen.
mm,
And how am I going to come from it? And what am I going to do to make sure that these things don't happen again?
mm.
How can I better prepare for when my music automatically shuts off, like, and then randomly cuts back on when you continue and you got to go back to the part where it's shut off? Like, it was stuff like that that was happening. And I was just stressed out about it and froze up sometimes, but it was learning experiences. Now, I'm going on another tour in February,
Okay.
and now that I do the vocal coaching and I've done the rehearsals and I've done any possible thing that could happen at this point
Mm,
to prepare for when things happen, it it's a better experience. And I feel like you gotta start somewhere. Sometimes the first time you do something, it's not gonna be as easy as you think.
yeah.
But taking that leap is more important than anything, and that's what I did because everybody was just like, "She only has one project. How is she gonna whoop de woo,
Hmm.
whoop de doo?" Like it was like that type of thing. Like it was a whoop de doo type of thing. But I want to go on tour. I don't just want to be a local artist. I don't want
Right.
to be an Arizona artist. I don't just want to be a Georgia artist. I don't just want to be a Milwaukee artist. Like I want to be the artist that travels and spreads the music and the message and my energy and my presence all around because of the fact that that was my main goal. Once again, since I was a jit and now that I'm really doing it, I'm gonna do it. There's not
Yeah.
gonna be no half stepping when it comes to it. And that was what that tour was. I connected with the people that I did when I was dancing. I connected
Mm,
with those same people and
yeah.
even more people that my brothers were connected to that I've met. I communicated with those people and I
Yeah.
looked up those venues and I talked to those people and I got myself booked. And so it's just like some were paid in regards
Yeah.
to money and some were paid based off of connections, but
Yeah.
regardless it was just like it all benefited me. And so it was stressful but it was beneficial in all aspects, financially, business wise, and just like career wise, like my growth, it benefited me.
Yeah. And most definitely, man, like I said, you're gonna always fall into certain things that gonna happen that you wasn't expecting and everything. But those are growing pains and stuff like that. So you are already breaking chains and barriers and everything from your family, and now you seeing it in business. So I would say those experiences from that definitely helping you to push further in your career too, as your music career too as well, because you facing adversity. I think when we don't face adversity and we just go in and you happen to be let's say you just get on top, your first album, it hits and everything and everybody know you and so forth. I don't think you will like have the, I ain't gonna just say you, I'm just saying I don't think most people will have the infrastructure to like keep that going, that momentum that they got, if they didn't really understand the pitfalls and the challenges that that happens from it, you know, and everything, because they don't know they don't know what lies await, because it ain't about if it'll happen, it'll be when, because it's always gonna be up and down. But you just become stronger for it, you know. It ain't just you getting better, you just getting stronger and everything like that or whatever. Well, you can say get better too as well, you know, and everything. You mentally ready for the next challenge every time you up a level and everything. So you already doing what you're doing. You're breaking them chains, girl.
I'm trying.
Oh yeah, most definitely. So we talked a lot about music, you know, and we can go back into it, but let's go into the other slashes behind your name and so forth. So let's talk about the practitioner, like what type of practitioner, and you know, you say healer, life coach, mentor, business owner. I'm guessing business owner is encompass all of that in one, but talk about those aspects of your life too as well.
I'm a spiritual practitioner. I do Reiki healing,
Mm-hmm.
frequency, sound bowl healing. I occasionally like do tarot readings, but I kind of just been taking a break on it because of like the music stuff that's going on and me trying to like mentally prepare myself and mentally prepare myself for everything that's coming. So I haven't really been tapping into the tarot reading as frequently.
Mm,
But Reiki healing, EDMR therapy. I'm an EDMR specialist. I just got certified not that long ago. And so it's pretty much just like I'm healing every aspect of the human body, female or male. And whether if it's sound, whether if it's through my energy, through hands, through concentration, the
mm-hmm,
mind,
mm-hmm.
the body, the soul. I have 333 tatted on my hand. I didn't really know why I did it at first, but as I grow, it's new balance between mind, body, and soul.
Okay.
So progressively, I have just been again like unconsciously, consciously, subconsciously just trying to heal people, whether if it's through my
Mm,
music, whether if it's through sound bowl. That's pretty much my business. That is what I'm here to do.
okay.
That's the business aspect of it. Is also just like I'm tiptoeing. I'm only saying tiptoeing because I haven't been responding to anything as of right now or working on it. But a clothing line, I'm
Okay.
collaborating with my father because my father draws, he's an artist and he
Okay.
likes to create graphic designs and stuff like that.
Okay.
And just like outfits. And it's different because like we're from two different regions. It's like the Midwest and the South. And then I'm in the West, so it's just like we just been paying attention to how we dress and how everybody else dresses and trying to like create a clothing line. That was something that he
No.
wanted to do and he didn't do it. So now I'm just picking up a baton. I got like a handful of batons just
Mm,
carrying everything. But I'm
yeah.
collaborating with him in regards to it. That's another part of my business.
Okay.
And mentoring artists, it's not something that I really like to do. I don't like really telling people what
Same.
to do for real, for real.
Same.
I don't
Same.
really like doing that, but a lot of people want to do music or they used to do music and they're seeing. I've had a lot of people say that I've inspired them to want to get back into music or
See,
to
look at that.
pursue something in regards to music. And so they come to me and they ask me certain things. So that's something that I've been telling into, like just mentoring something, certain artists or some artists and trying to give some advice or plug them in with the people that I know or connected to and just trying to get them to mold themselves to who they want to be. That's another thing. The life coaching, it's a lot. It's a
I,
lot.
I mean, I know a good deal about on the coaching space, me being a fitness coach and so forth. But like,
Yeah.
what aspect of the life coaching are you focusing on?
Health coach in regard to nutrition coach, like meal prepping and helping people update their nutrition or vitamin deficiency in their intake, any type of detoxing that they need to do. That's something that I pretty much assist people in doing. Working out, I've had a couple of clients where I will go to the gym with them or show them certain workouts based off of whatever body part they're trying to either expand, lose weight on, or gain some type of muscle in. Survival coach at this point. I went to the gun range with certain people and taught them that, well, not certain people, just women, because there's a
Mm-hmm,
lot of things that's happening when it comes to like women and
mm-hmm,
trafficking and stuff like that. So I went to the gun range a couple of times in order for them to like figure out how to like hold a gun, their posture and when to use it, like regular stuff like that. Like regular
mm-hmm.
stuff like stuff that they would do if they even went to the gun range in general, like stuff that they would have taught or like self defense type of thing. But because of the fact that that's the type of person that I am, I'm like a self defense protector type of person.
Mm.
People just been coming to me, so I would say like that's an aspect. I'm not certified in it, but it's something that I like. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, definitely a lot. So, but I like it though. You know what I'm saying? So do any of that like translate to you? I like the part that you said about um that you helping people through different aspects of what you do, you know, and body soul, whether it's through music and stuff like that as well. Would you say some of those elements of what you are doing in the other realms of you being a business owner, so to speak, is any of that portrayed into your music as well? You would say?
Oh, very much so.
Okay,
Sounds of a Woman is like the healing of sound. Instruments are very healing. Music is
okay,
very healing.
yeah, music therapy and stuff like that. Yeah.
There's certain songs that I do speak about, like certain things, like chakras.
Mm.
Anahati is the heart chakra. This I can't even really think right off the top of my head.
Is
Moldahar is the root
yeah.
chakra. It's like in another language, but it's like the chakras. I talk about the healing of the chakras,
Mhm.
and I talk about mental health
Okay.
because I'm an advocate in regards to mental health. So I talk about mental health, the projections of other people, and just like loving yourself. Like I talk about all the things that I do and like my spiritual ranking and like things like that, like how the fact that I am a spiritual practitioner and I'm into spirituality. I talk about that a lot in regards to my music, how the moon affects me and my emotions, the moon goddess in regards to that. I talk about pretty much like my life in my music.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And another thing that you said too, you like people were coming to you like to help them out with their business on the mentoring stage. I have mentored a couple of fitness coaches and stuff like that, so I understand what you. Well, one guy in particular, a couple people that came to me. I don't know if that's something missing in the fitness coaching realm, where you know training trainers to be trainers or stuff like that or whatever. I don't know if that's what it's definitely a niche for that, but I don't know if that's what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? But it definitely need. But you would be surprised about that people when they start being fitness trainers and stuff, you might know, you know what I'm saying, that they don't really know what to do, you know, or where to start once they get their certification and stuff like that. So yeah, the mentoring side of it, it can be a hassle, you know what I'm saying, and everything like that as well, especially when they want to be their own person and you and they coming to you to ask you how you doing it, but at the same time they want to do it how they want to do it. You know what I'm saying? So you got to convey on both sides. But what I was saying is like with what you were saying, people coming to you for as a music, they say that you inspire people to, you know, make music and do what you're doing and so forth. So look, you already doing what I was saying earlier. You know what I'm saying? And so
I
like I said, keep
appreciate
doing
that.
what you're doing,
Yeah.
you know, and everything. Yeah, so like what in the music in lane, what's next for you?
Well, yeah, the tour is in February 28th. The first
Okay.
stop is going to be in Georgia. The first two stops is going to be in Georgia.
Mhm.
And then it's just going to be up from there. I'm currently working on music. I have a couple of collaborations, whether it's just like a collaborative project or just like collaborations that I'm working on with individual artists. I'm working on those. The album in the works, the single. I have a music video dropping, another music video dropping on my birthday.
Okay.
Aquarius Gang, January 29th. Be on the lookout for that. Okay. And that's pretty much it as of right now. And
Okay.
in regards to the music, I'm just going to be dropping stuff like, yeah, dropping music or working on music to drop in
Okay.
2026.
Okay. So you're gonna be doing more so like the singles or what?
I always start off as singles, so honestly, to be honest with you, I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna drop a single. I'm gonna try to like drop a single just to see because I've never like it always happens where collabs with people and then after that it's just like I'll drop a project or
Okay.
like have my own single or drop like two, three singles and then drop a project.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Yeah.
I might just drop a
Um
project.
I feel Jordan Lucas like maybe do it the way he did. You know what I'm saying? He had did. I can't remember what the name. It might was ADHD, the first one. Uh, he announced the album every week before the album dropped. He dropped a single, you know, and everything from that
Okay.
album. Yeah, so that might be one way you can approach it and so forth.
That's the one that has Chris Tucker voicemail in it, right? Where he's like, "Where the album at?" The ADHD
That part
album.
you probably talking about the second one that I think with Chris Tucker on it.
Oh, okay, I probably am.
Yeah,
I remember he did drop a project and it had Chris Tucker talking about where the album at. You keep trying to push it back and stuff.
Was Kevin Hart on it too as well?
I don't know.
Let
I
me
don't
see.
know. Probably was. I think to be honest with you, I don't even think it was like a own individual like intro. I think it was
Mm,
like I think it was like a song called I Lied. And
I
I don't
like.
know
Yeah,
I
I
don't know
think.
what project that was. I don't know. I don't think it was the recent project that he just dropped. I think it was the one before that one.
Okay, it might well join Lucas. Let's see, Chris Tucker. I
And then
heard
he
him.
had
I
another
think
song by somebody else. I think that is the I Lied one.
ADHD. So it was the first album, first ADHD. So it wasn't on
Okay.
the second album. Okay, all right, yeah. Where Chris Tucker was on it. Well, I can't. I might have. Yeah, I gotta
See,
go
I
back and
haven't
listen
heard
to
the
it now.
second one. I have
Okay.
not heard the second one. I've only heard this. I know he had a couple of videos. He had the one with Ashanti in it, and then he had the one with
Mm-hmm.
Maya in it. I'm pretty sure that's the one from the project, but I haven't heard his
Yeah.
full on project.
They say he collecting all the '90s women by like Infinity Stones.
Hello, because you done got this girl on your thing. Like, what? Crazy. Kudos to him. Bow down because what?
Yeah. I don't know if I would like to say I don't know if he actually dating them, but you know that's how he making it look. You know what I'm saying? The spark.
Yeah.
We'll see. But it came out later that he actually dated Ashanti though,
It's
or whatever.
crazy because it was giving that because the connection, like the
Yeah,
vibes in the video, it was giving like, are y'all dating?
yeah. I seen that video. Yeah. I mean that connection and chemistry, man. Yeah,
Crazy.
it was crazy. Yeah. I don't know. I didn't see the one with him and Maya or whatever and stuff like that or
It
whatever.
was
But
mid. I would say
yeah,
him with Ashanti was like, wait, it was giving like they were in a connection with each other. With
yeah.
Maya, it was like she was just in it.
Well, yeah, like I said, it might be just more like publicity stunt right there, you know, just to get people
Yeah.
buzz. Yeah.
Because I
But
think that was when Ashanti was trying to make her comeback and start touring and stuff.
yeah. Okay. Definitely. So, what's the name of the your next album coming up? Do you got a name for it, or
I
it's
don't.
just don't? Okay.
I don't. I have like names written out in my notes,
Mm-hmm.
but it changes so frequently. I go through different stuff like all the time
Mm-hmm.
or just want to create about different things. So I don't have
Yeah.
like a concrete name.
Yeah.
It would pretty much be my name in general. My name, like, well, Bri Toria, is Brienne, and my middle name is
Mm-hmm.
Victoria. So that's how I came up with my artist name. But it
Okay.
means like exalted victory.
Okay.
And so I was thinking about naming the project that, but I'm not. Don't quote me because I might change it.
All right. Wait. Hey. Well, you in the building process of it, so yeah, it'll come to you. You know, and
For
everything.
sure.
Like yeah. So, is it anything else that we have talked about today that you want to go over in there? I mean, is there anything else that we haven't talked about today that you want to talk about?
No, we pretty much like pinpointed everything for real. Just be out on
Okay.
the lookout for me. I'm outside.
So you're outside. Okay. Okay. That was up. Okay. Cool. All right. So before we get out here, let everybody know a little bit. You know, again, where they can find you, book you, you know, and even take part of your services outside the music as well, in and outside of the music.
Oh, well, my name is Bri Toria. You can find my music on all streaming platforms, every single last one. I got music videos on YouTube. In regards to the business aspect or wanting to connect or wanting my services, I have a website called The Melanin Universe. There's a contact tab on there. You can just shoot me all of your info and I will get back to you within 48 hours max. And that's it. That's all. I just appreciate it.
Okay, cool. So you do collab, you know, you do collab with people like wanting to collab with you and so forth.
Percent.
Okay.
It adds some seasoning to both of us.
Oh yeah, definitely. So I forgot before I asked you that, but what would you say has been the biggest takeaway from this conversation that we had today?
The biggest takeaway
That people can get from this, yeah. From our conversation, yeah.
that I'm a vibe. Yeah, hopefully this interview will encourage you to actually do your calling,
Mm,
whatever type of fear or disbelief or discourage that you have in regards to anything that you want to do. And your vision is primarily something that you wanted to do when you were a kid. It's just getting tapped back into that. Hopefully, that's what people realize is that it started when you were a kid, and you got to continue it despite whatever's going on in the world. There's a lot of hurt people in this world, and don't ever take anything personal. I didn't take it personal for a long time. Mental health, take care of your mental health, take care of yourself. And if you ever need any type of assistance, I'm here. I'm Big Mama up in this mug. Okay, I will help you.
already. So what do you think somebody starting out into the journey? You kind of said a few things, but what do you think they should know? Like first thing starting out when they go into making music or anything creative wise.
You gotta believe in yourself more than anything. Like you said it, and that's pretty much what everybody gotta do is you gotta believe in yourself and have hope and faith in yourself
Okay.
to do anything that you want to do first.
Yeah.
If you just rely so much on if other people have such a high impact on you, it's gonna stop you from you actually doing something that is destined and that could be a blessing for you. And most of these people be hurt anyways. So don't let hurt people dictate your life. You dictate your own life, you dictate your own calling, and you move how you need to move. Plus, like, don't nobody else have your vision but you. You could tell your vision, you could tell your side of the story until you blue in the face. And they're still not going to get it. But the only person that's
Mm,
going to get it is you. So just be your biggest cheerleader until you start getting a lot more people to be on your team.
yeah. Okay. I like that. So we'll end it on that note. All right, cool. So again, Bri, thank you for coming on the show, sharing your insights, sharing your passion, your courage, and
Thank you.
your constant drive and involving yourself with the slashes all the slashes that you got
The
behind your
slashes
name.
is crazy.
You know what I'm saying? I like to see those slashes because I got a couple slashes under me as well. So I like to see that. That's why I said told you earlier. That speak to the creator in you. And everything. We just always creating something. Wherever it is. Yeah. So definitely. So on that note, we're in here. Uh, I'm Trea Da Fit Artist of Sculpt N Create, and my guest today, Bri Toria. We out. Thank you for tuning in to this episode. If you enjoyed it, be sure to follow us on social media and subscribe to the show wherever you listen to podcasts so you never miss an episode. If you're looking for fitness coaching to help you reach your goals, want to join our animated network for fitness, guidance, collaborations, networking, and community, or are interested in being a guest on the show, check out the links in the description. Stay creative, stay fit, and we'll holler at you next time.